If you've ever worked on a dual display setup, you probably know the benefits of that. Behind me, as you can see, my home office has 2 external monitors. But what happens when I'm traveling and need to work? Don't know about you, but for me, having gotten used to that dual monitor setup, going back to a single monitor is quite hard. For these times where I'm on the move or simply away from my home office but need to work, I have something like this, a portable monitor. This one is a 14-inch Full HD from WIMAXIT. Disclaimer, WIMAXIT did send me this monitor for free for my review. However, this has not impacted my opinion and my review remains unbiased. First, let's unbox this. In the box, you get the monitor with a cover that doubles as a stand and attaches magnetically. You get a screen protector. You get a USB-C to USB-C cable, and this is going to power and send video to your monitor in one cable if your laptop supports it. You get a USB-A to USB-C cable as well to power the monitor if your laptop cannot output enough power. You get a Mini HDMI to HDMI cable. You get a wipe and a power adapter, again if your laptop cannot provide enough power to power the monitor, and the user manual. Now, as I said, the cover also doubles as a stand, and you have 2 different viewing angles, which you can easily adjust. On the side, you have a mini HDMI port, 2 USB-C ports, and an OTG port. On the other side, you got the power button, a menu rocker, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. Now, my first impression when I took this out of the box, I thought it was slightly thicker than I had anticipated, and that's probably because I have another portable monitor by Asus, and this one is slightly thinner. I'm not sure how much you can see. I'm gonna put these next to each other. The Asus is just slightly thinner, but overall it feels much thinner than this one, and that's why I had that impression when I first took it out of the box. However, the WIMAXIT over here has several things the Asus doesn't have. First difference is in terms of inputs. This has 2 USB-C ports, and as I said, if your laptop supports it, one single USB-C connection or cable from your laptop will carry both power and video. If not, you can use the second USB-C port to power this by attaching it to a power bank or to a wall adapter. Now, a side note, USB-C is the connector type, and not all USB-C ports are equal. So check what your laptop has. If you're on a Windows, check to see if it has the Thunderbolt logo or the DisplayPort logo. If it does, it will carry video. If it has the SuperSpeed logo, then it will not transfer video. On Mac, generally anything after 2015 should have Thunderbolt, but again, verify with your specific laptop model. Now, in addition to these 2 USB-C ports, there is this thing over here, which is a mini HDMI port. And this actually opens up a lot of possibilities. You can connect the monitor to a game console, for example, or a camera to use it as an external monitor, or even to a Fire Stick. And that's something I really like about this monitor. Another interesting thing about this monitor is that you can power it up through a power bank, and I did just that. I connected it to a 10,000 milliamp hour power bank, and it worked really well. I also connected my Fire Stick through the mini HDMI port, and for that you do need a converter or an adapter, a mini HDMI male to an HDMI female, which you can then plug in the Fire Stick to, and it worked flawlessly. Now, I did not time how many hours it would last on that power bank, but if we want to do some quick math just to get the rough idea, the 10,000 milliamp hour power bank, that's the rated capacity. The actual one is usually about 2/3 of that. For many reasons, I'm not going to go into the technicalities of that, but normally the power banks are rated at 3.7 volts. However, when you're using them at 5 volts. So if you do the conversion and also factor in the power loss along the way, you usually arrive at an actual capacity of 2/3 the rated capacity. So the 10,000 milliamp hour power bank would have an actual capacity of about 7,000 milliamp hour. So I also checked how much power the monitor is drawing from the power bank, and it was about 1 amp. So if we do quick math, 7,000 milliamp hour assumed real capacity, it's drawing 1 amp or 1,000 milliamps. That gives you about 7 hours of runtime on the power bank. I also plugged in the Fire Stick that was drawing about 0.5 amps. So if we do the math, you're probably going to get 4 or 5 hours of runtime on a power bank, which is more than enough to go through a movie or two. Now, again, this is very rough calculations. I'm not saying it will last you 4 or 5 hours. I'm just saying it is possible to run it on a portable power bank and also run a Fire Stick at the same time. Now, if you were to watch movies, you do need speakers, and that's another thing this monitor has, which my other Asus monitor does not. It has built-in speakers and also a 3.5mm jack if you want to connect headphones. So you could watch movies on the go with the Fire Stick. And lastly, another thing this monitor has, which the Asus does not, on the back you have VESA mount in case you want to mount this for whatever reason. This monitor also supports flip function, so you can even use it with a teleprompter by flipping the image. Now, as I said, the monitor also comes with a cover that attaches magnetically, as you can see, and it closes to protect it from both front and back. And the cover also acts as a stand with 2 different viewing angles, so you can use it like that or like that. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel, as this encourages me to continue producing content. Until next time, cheers.